Do you use things like strip diagrams and, subdividing squares and things to reinforce those, repeated addition actually is multiplication, and, things that you would have used in the elementary stages?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the things that was shocking to me is that we didn't have manipulatives, because the kids are very hands-on and very visual. So we talk a lot and we use different manipulatives. We use pictures, we use drawings to represent different things. Sometimes I'm introducing different models to use, but do not force the kids to use it, because some kids are like, well, it was a ratio problem. Can I use a table? If it makes sense to you, you don't have to use this model.
Right.
But allowing the kids to see different ways will work.
No, there's multiple strategies, but you have your favorite, and
Exactly.
it's okay.
If it makes sense to you. But when we do share it, the kids are encouraged, even if you did a different way, look at this strategy. Do you understand what they did? A lot of times I'll put it up before the child explains it and just give everybody a couple minutes to look at it and try to figure out what were they doing to get this. And then allow the child to explain. And then the kids are able to ask questions. Well, why did you do it this way? Why did you decide to do it this way? And sometimes they pick up on that strategy and say, oh, I kind of like that better than what I did, which is a lot better than me saying, we're going to try it this way, and this way, and then do
Right.
it this. Let them go. And then some of them will draw pictures. Some of them will do tables. Some of them will just do adding or subtracting or multiplying. But the kids are great at saying, well, why did you multiply that? And then, like yesterday, a question came, why you did 3 times 4, it was 12. And the kid was like, well, because that's what you can multiply to get to 12. And they said, well, why didn't you use 6 times 2 or 1 times 12? The kid was unable to answer it. And I don't know if you noticed, even with the conversation today where they had to choose sides, one of the kids said, well, Where's your proof at? What do you have on your paper that says that the constant equation should be 20?
He didn't have
And
anything.
then he didn't say anything. And they said, sit down then. You can't get up there if you don't have proof. So they're calling each other out on it. Like, you have to prove it. You can't just say something without being able to prove it. So
I did notice that, and what I noticed most of all is you didn't get a bunch of negative feedback from that guy. He knew it's what he needed.
he kind of put his
He's like,
head
"All
down
right,"
and laughed and went
and
back to his seat.
and blew it off. And that's, that soft skill society stuff that's going to keep him in a job or help him start his own company one day or manage his people or not get divorced or who
Right.
knows what. That's kind of skill of accepting your own responsibility when the group calls you out. That's a powerful and uncultivated skill sometimes in some classrooms. I know the skill is be quiet and behave and take notes and respond and you
Put
can
you in this
box.
box.
And just
Don't question.
There's no reason to react because I'm not giving you anything except for my singular prompts that you know the appropriate response for. But where this is a reaction in a dynamic set of prompts that are socially relevant, and yet his response was, couldn't have been better, really.
And one of the things that we do are different affirmations. One of them, like today's one, is about owning up to when you make a mistake or when you're wrong. Kids don't like to be wrong, so initially I'll see them arguing just because they don't want to admit they're wrong. They know they're wrong in their head, but they want to hold on to them being right. So we talk about owning up. You know that it's not right. Let it go, and say, okay, I see where it is. Agree, or making a mistake. I'm talking. I'm off task. Don't argue about it. I'm sorry. I was off task, and so that has helped develop the culture too. Owning up to your mistakes is another thing that I hope will take them throughout life.
That was one thing I was disappointed to not get on tape was the little student-led affirmation statement. I would love to get maybe some of those in writing that you use that you find particularly useful so that I could make them more widely available, because I felt like he did it, the students chimed in. It was almost like that, clap if you hear me, clap again, except it had much more meaning. Everyone came together for that, like those old commercials when E.F. Hutton talks, people
Right.
listen. It was really, really powerful.
Right.
And then it was a positive and uplifting event, as well as a gathering of their attention and focus on that young man. So
Yeah, I think especially with the culture of this school, our kids come in with a lot of different things. I don't know what happened last night. I don't know what happened this morning, especially with first block. I want them to get that mindset that I own my own happiness. It's about what I want. What am I going to focus on? So I own this day. This is my day. I got to make it what I want to make it. And so just trying to start them with something positive in the morning, because I don't know if they started with something positive, is important, and also helps with the culture. So we leave our baggage on the outside of the door. Hopefully by the time you leave, it's gone. You don't have to pick it back up. So yeah, just developing the culture helps too, with everything.
all right, well, this is stellar. Thank you so much. It's going to be so useful, a great tool, and I'm really happy you worked with me on this. And again, I do want to come back and catch that other group. Let them see the dynamic that group had to offer as well. So thank you again, and I guess that's it.
All right.